Hello neighbor, happy Thanksgiving. Today I wanted to show you some of the chess pieces I've made with my new mold set. I have, this is the bishop, right? No, not bishop, what do you call this dude right here on the end? The rook, that's what he is. That's the bishop. Sorry if it's not focusing well. I actually can't even see the damn screen. The knight, of course, on the horse. There's Napoleon Bonaparte, the king, and his lovely lady, the queen, another knight, another bishop, and another rook. Down here we have the 8 pawns, as you can see. Most of these, like this one through this one, are made from tin and antimony. It's like 96% tin, 4% antimony. This one has a mixture of that metal plus copper and maybe bismuth. Bismuth gives it this gray color. Also, some pewter, this is pewter, some pewter can have lead in it, and I feel like that would be unsafe for something you're going to be touching all the time. So I prefer not to use it, but you can get more detail with lead. But like I was saying, I don't like to use lead because it can be toxic. Tin, I shined his hat up a little bit. You can see his hat's kind of shiny. Sorry about the lighting. I got the sun behind me today. So just the light in the house doesn't really work very well. But you can see how it kind of shines up. It'll shine up nice. You can also paint these figures. And if you're going to paint them, it'd probably be okay to use some lead in your pewter, but you could even go all lead if you wanted to. You people might know Mr. Pete, Tubal Cain. He uses lead to make little lead soldiers and stuff like that, and very unsafe for children to play with things like that because they stick them in their mouth and everything else. But today what I want to do is I want to show you how I made these. I want to remake this soldier because he doesn't match the rest of them, and I might redo this one because he has some discoloration. I'm going to try and clean these up. If they don't look better, I may redo them. And you see the little nubby on the bottom where the sprue was. I need to file all those down. I'm not going to do that on camera, but you know, I might do a video later of finished product. You can also, like, this is only half the set. This is the Napoleon side of the Waterloo conflict. The Battle of Waterloo. You know, you file those pieces off and any flashing you may have, which these are very clean. And as you can see from the pawns, you see the facial features, see the gun features. He's got a scabbard on the back side, if I can flip it over here. He's got a scabbard right there and a med kit right there. They're very detailed models. I call this the bishop because it's the point. I suppose it's the bishop. But you see it has an eagle on top of it. That's a flag. You can see the flag pole in the back. It's draped over a drum. And the knight, I really like the knights because of the horse. Horse has nice detail. The rider has nice detail. And his feet are up in the air. He has a little tiny piece of flashing right there I need to file off. And one little piece there, because that's where there was a air vent right there. Otherwise the legs wouldn't turn out. Plus the feet. But what you can do is, if you want to make a full chess set just out of this one set of molds, you can take and paint the bottoms a different color, one side red and one side white or blue or black or whatever, and you know, whatever color you want to use, and put a piece of felt on the bottom so that when you put them down they don't knock around and they'll move real easy inside. And if you're using I forget what it is. Some pewters, if you want to use acrylic paint, you have to prime them first because the acrylic paint won't stick. So remember that when you're painting the figures to use the right paint. And I don't even know what would be the right paint. I gotta look into that. The instructions are here to tell you how to paint them as well. You know, and you can change it up, like I said, if you want to do two-sided, you know, from one side. The other side, Wellington side, I don't have. I only have the Napoleon Bonaparte side. Here's the mold. This is the one I call the bishop, and there's the pawn. If I want to redo the pawn today, and you see up there I got a little darkening of it. That's because some of my metal was kind of hot. And here's the other side. So what we want to do is we're going to move these guys out of the way. We're going to bring these molds over here. And you want to use some kind of release agent. I've been using baby powder, but I got a kit from Prince August. And Prince August is, like I told you before, is from Cork, Ireland. And it's a casting kit. Let me get that and I'll be right back. Okay, this is the casting kit that I got from Prince August. This actually came all the way from Ireland. It took it a few more days in the molds. And this stuff here is the actual release agent that they use. And it's kind of like a powder. It's not baby powder. I think it's more talc or something like that. It's got a little sponge in there so you can dab it on the mold. You get these particular style clamps that actually fit the mold. And then you get different size backer boards for different size molds. And some of the molds, they'll have a vent that goes through to the outside. This porous surface allows for those vents to vent out and won't stop it from coming out, so that you know, you get a good looking mold. It also came with a little ladle that you can dip the pewter. Say if you have a little smelting pot, you can dip it out and pour it into the mold. And that was like 15 bucks, this set. And it's a very nice set. These are my backer boards, what I was using. They're too tall, but they worked for what I needed it for. But we're going to use these backer boards today. I'm going to dab that on there and then put the molds together. Don't want to leave a clump in there, or you'll have a spot in your figure. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the tripod so I can do this. All right, I put the release agent on the molds already. Now we're gonna take the mold, get all the loose stuff off of it, and we want to pour this one. I may pour both of them just to show you. Backer boards with the coarse side in, and you see how nicely they fit. And what you want to do is you want to squeeze these and put them about halfway up, like that. And they also act like a kickstand to help hold it up. Okay. Now I already have some pewter melted over here. And I'm using just a measuring cup, a stainless steel measuring cup. Right now you want to tap the mold to help the metal settle into all the little nooks and crannies. And trust me, this is important. It's already starting to harden up, you see right there. The reason that's important is because you have like the little gun on the pond. I poured a couple where you get the point because the head goes up and you have the plume on the hat, and this part will fill, but the part in the middle won't fill. So you have to make sure you tap on it to get the air out. We're going to let that set for about 5 minutes because it is very hot. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. It's still very hot, so we're going to demold it now. Take the backer boards off. And what you want to do is you want to bend your mold to help release it and not accidentally break anything. Oh, that metal's hot. Okay, there you go. It looks like the gun is completely formed here. And on the king, I had a problem with the corner of this hat. This isn't the king, this is the bishop of the rook. But on the corner of his hat, it did not want to form. Here's the king, and the corner of his hat right there didn't want to form because there was no vent right there. So I had to cut between the king and the queen to get it to vent properly. And I tap on it in that area. Right here is a tiny little bit of flashing, and that's because I might have had my clamps a little low. That's fine, I can peel that off with a knife because this metal is really soft. Also, you see how narrow the sprues are, and they are at an angle that helps to get all the air out. And it's easier to remove because they are smaller. So let's go ahead and take this one out the mold. Warm. And you have to be careful because if you remove them from the mold before they're cool enough, they can break. Here's the back detail of this guy here, which I didn't need him, but you see how detailed he is, and here's the front. Very nice, I think. He's got a little flashing on his shoulder I can file off if I keep him. I don't think I'll need him. Okay, here is the pawn. You see the back, got the scabbard, the med kit. There's the gun and the plume on his hat. And there's his face. Oh, he's not good. He's got a hole in him. An air bubble formed right there. Probably because I poured him second and the metal cooled. So I'll melt him down and redo him. But that's how you use the molds. And you have 3 sets of them. And I got this from Noble Knight Gaming. I think I told you before. You get, they're a distributor for Prince August. It's made in Cork, Ireland. But this is the king and the queen right here. And I just cut it between here and here so that the air would flow from one to the other and it would allow the king's hat to form. And this is both sides of the king and queen mold. And I know you don't see much detail because it's all black, but and it's a negative. And that's the knight and the bishop right there. And you do them the same way. You put the release agent, whatever you're using. I use baby powder and the talcum powder. And that was Prince August powder or whatever it is. And this is the box that it comes in. And this is the back, has some instructions on it. And let's see. That's Noble Knight's card. It's actually kind of a coupon. I think you get 10% off if you order straight through their website. So if any of you guys are interested, you can go there. Tell them I sent you, maybe they'll give you another discount. Anyway, just wanted to give you a demonstration on how I do this. Sorry about the background noise. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Comments help the channel grow. And leave me a like if you will. They also help you get more great content from me. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And it's 2018 in case this is later. I want to say Happy Thanksgiving to all my friends, Captain Jerk, Robert Nerdin, Jason Andrews, Tim from Big Dog Leather, all you guys out there, you know who you are. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, and I'm sorry, Robert Nerdin and Jason Andrews live in the UK. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but whatever you guys are doing today, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy.